Stillhed for stormen.
Good evening and welcome to the press conference after the EHF Champions League women game between CSM Bucuresti and Nykobing Falster. Game ended with a 1-goal win in favor of CSM Bucuresti. I'd like to welcome Mr. Jakob Larsen, the head coach of Nykobing, and Kalidiatou Niakate, the player from the visiting team, and also the head coach of CSM Bucuresti, Mrs. Helle Thomsen, and the player Friis. As usual, we're going to start with the visiting team, and I'm just doing my job and inform you that you're going to need to pass the microphone from one to another. So we're going to start with you, coach. Can you give us your impressions after this game where you led by as many as 3 goals after being down by as many as 4 goals, and in the end it was that close?
Yeah, first of all, congratulations with the victory. It was a good fight for both teams, and when it was an end like this, then it was really difficult to gain the point or the win. And our beginning of the match, our play was a little bit with too many mistakes, and we had big difficulties to win the 1-against-1 situation. But when Kali entered the field, then we almost won all the 1-against-1 situations, and nice and quietly we went to a lead with 3 goals, as you said. But unfortunately, the power and the strength was not enough to gain a point. And even though our 7-against-6 play in the end of the match was okay, it was not enough, unfortunately. But congratulations with the win. It was, of course, important for them, and we learn a lot these days. And I think if we play like this, we can gain some points against other opponents later in the tournament.
Is this loss a very tough and painful one, or is it more like something that you learn from and you see that you can be there with some of the best teams in the Champions League, CSM being one of the teams that played in the playoffs in the past few years every time?
Yeah, we spoke about that in the locker room when we lost against Krim with 10 goals. Of course, the sadness in the stomach was worse, but because we didn't play good. But the last couple of weeks we have developed our play. We have learned Kali to know a lot more. She has learned us to know a lot more. So we have increased our level the last couple of weeks. And of course, when we get this game on a little distance, then I think we can be proud to play equal match almost against one of the best teams in Europe. So we are proud, but of course not satisfied. And we learned a lot about in this match, and I think we can use it in the Danish league, of course, and also in the future games in the Champions League.
Thank you so much. Now we're going to move on to Kali. Tell us your impressions after this game and a little bit of what happened. What did you do in order to switch it in your favor after the slow start, after being down by as many as 4?
I think like Jakob, first of all, congratulations to CSM. I think it was a really tough game, but in one way I'm really happy that we could show that we have the level for the Champions League and that we can also fight against the biggest team, because of course CSM is one of the biggest teams in our group. But in one way I'm also like, I don't know, the feeling is not so good, because I think we could win this game. But unfortunately we didn't. I think we need to learn about this game and take it for the next steps, because of course it wasn't one of the games that we should win, but if we could win it would be better.
How was it for you to come back here in Bucharest after playing for CSM Bucuresti in the past, being a former player of this team?
Yeah, it's the second time that I come back, because I was here also last season. I think it's always the same, really great atmosphere, really great fans, and it's really nice to play in this kind of atmosphere.
Thank you so much. Now I'm going to move on to Helle Thomsen, the head coach of CSM Bucuresti. Can you give us your impressions after this very tough game ended by a 1-goal win for your team?
Yeah, as you said before, it was a game that was up and down, and of course I'm happy that we were winning in the end. I also a little bit, I'm Danish, so I was happy that Nykobing play good like they do. Congrats, Jakob, you do an amazing job with the girls, and this is good for the Danish handball. But still, I'm happy that we are winning the game. We had this problem when we came behind. I think it was 14-10 in the first half. Niakate played really good. We have a really big problem with that. After the break, I think we find a better solution for this, and we have a little bit more control. And then it was like one goal here and one goal there, and then we were lucky and good in the end, and then we won. And this is, in the end, this is the most important thing. So I'm happy that we won this game, and I'm happy for the Danish handball that we have a team like Nykobing that play good handball.
Many people know that, probably some of them don't. You also played a very tough game a few days ago in the Romanian Championship against Bistrița. Is that helpful before a Champions League game, or does it make it a little bit tougher because you have a very hard game, some injuries might occur, of course a lot of fatigue, and then a few days later you need to play again on a very high level?
It's always difficult to say if it's a good or bad to have a hard game, but in our case I think it is not the best situation right now, because we have some players that have a little small injuries, so they have not made training since we played against Bistrița, and also this that we did not have the summer together. We did not have any friendly game together. So we also play a lot with the same players. So I was also happy that Andrea on the pivot today, we don't have Krina here now. Andrea, she came in, she played really, really good. Inger Schmidt came in this last minute of the second half also and did a good job. And this is what is important for us, that all players, they step a little bit up. We play better and better for every game we play. So I think it was a hard game against Bistrița, but this is how to be in Champions League, and this is what we want, so we must expect that.
Thank you so much. We're going to move on to Emma. Your impressions after this game?
Yes, I'm of course also very happy about the win. As the others said, it was a tough match, and I think we develop after each game now, so it's just really good to have a good feeling after this game, and it was a good atmosphere, so yeah.
You're also one of the new players for CSM Bucuresti this year, and just like Helle Thomsen said, you did not have plenty of time to prepare, plenty of time to go to training camp. How is it for you? Is it game by game? Is it easier now? I'm talking about relationship with the teammates, or is it still pretty far from where you'd like to be?
I think we take it a little bit step by step. I feel it's better every time we play together and have a lot of trainings together. But of course, there's still some things that are not 100%, and we cannot, it's natural, and I just think we need to be patient with this team because there's a lot of potential, and it is just nice to know that when we are back in this with the points today, we still keep the fight and with a win.
Thank you so much. Once again, I'd like to thank the head coaches, Jakob, Larsen and Helle Thomsen, for joining us, the players, Kalidiatou, Niakate and Emma Friis. And with that, we're going to conclude the press conference after the game between CSM Bucuresti and Nykobing Falster here in Bucharest in the Champions League Women 2024-2025. Thank you. Have a good evening. De data asta n-am mai uitat. Zici eu.